going forward with these small maintenance items have a big effect. I think here it was discussed just quickly among this board that on DD 61 there was like $450,000 in tree removal that had to occur. That could have been mitigated and significantly reduced through brush control program for only several $1,000s a year. With this being the first year of the program here in Dickinson County, and on these joint drainage districts, the cost is also a little bit elevated because there's more weeds and brush that need controlled along the ditch versus once you start to get into a regular maintenance cycle, those costs should go down overall. So first one, and I guess what we did here is I ran over I guess in this case we'll go over all 5 of the quotes, and then we can run through motions for each one. So the first one is on Joint Drainage District 1, Dickinson and Osceola County. The cost not to exceed is $9,500. Following that is Joint Drainage District 2, cost not to exceed $3,000. Joint Drainage District 3, main open ditch, cost not to exceed $3,000. Joint Drainage District 3, Branch 152, cost not to exceed $1,500. And last but not least, Joint Drainage District 4, Dickinson, Osceola, cost not to exceed $1,500. I've worked with B&W before at my past job with ISG. They do a good job. In addition, they do a lot of work in Buena Vista, Sac, and Calhoun counties on a time and material basis with cost not to exceed, and it's very difficult for them to be under their quoted cost not to exceed. So in my opinion, they're also performing honest work as well. Does the Osceola board have any questions on this? Or Dickinson, anything else that came up that popped into your head?
What was the cost on drainage district number 1?
$9,500.
Oh, on the back list.
Is that for each district? Is that for each county?
No, that's to Joint Drainage District 1, so that would be assessed on the main open ditch schedule, which would include both counties.
Do they have a rough idea what each county is going to be liable for?
No, you'd have to break it down on the main open ditch schedule based upon that. So
since we are controlling,
$9,500.
we have to bill. You know, you guys always do that resolution for percentages how to bill each drainage ditch. So we would do ours, and then we would send that resolution also to Dickinson County, and they will approve it. So their property owners will pay the same percent each.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Does the B&W just stand for brush and weed? Or do you know?
Correct. Their full company name is B&W Control Specialist. So yeah, the B&W is brush and weed.
Okay.
Now, will these costs be split in half then, Cole, or is it $9,500 for both counties?
That $9,500 is going to be spread on the drainage district schedule.
That's what they were just asking.
Okay.
Yep, so it'll be
Gotcha.
specifically set to whatever the levy is for those districts. Once Osceola will approve the $9,500, and then it'll get sent to our county. Once I do, like I was talking about that levy, that will do in July. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So we're gonna need a motion and a second for each of them.
This is Mike Schulte. I'll make a motion on DD1.
Can you say that again? Sorry, it's hard to hear you.
It's Mike Schulte.
Okay.
I'll make the motion on DD1.
Jim Warmerson will second.
I would just say, if anyone wants to oppose, say it. If not, then all vote aye. Say that. Not even individually, just say all say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Aye, come on, have fun. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay. Need a motion for, district number 2.
Jim Wormerson will make that motion.
Jerry Helmer, second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Very good. Let's have a motion on drainage district number 3.
Mike Schulte, I'll make the motion.
Okay. We've got a motion. Do we have a second?
Jim Wormerson will second.
Okay. We've got a motion and a second. Does anyone have any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Okay, we need a motion for drainage district number 3, branch 152, open ditch.
Jerry Helmers, I'll make that motion.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a second?
Jim Wormerson will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, we need a motion for district number 4.
Jim Wormerson will make that motion.
Okay, Kim has moved. Do I hear a second?
Jason Manny with support.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. And I believe that concludes our joint meeting. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll notify B&W.
Okay, that'd be good, Cole.
Thanks, Rochelle. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Osceola. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
We have to make motions on the rest of these.
No, because they're all in Dickinson County. We just have to do the joint.
Yeah, sure.
Since the window's open, you can throw it out, Jerry. Since the window's open, you can throw it out.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
Mr. Ward,
Here.
Mr. Schulte,
Here.
Mr. Helmer.
Here.
Any additions to today's agenda?
I don't have any.
I take a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll support that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. April 23rd, 2024 minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approve reappointment of Winfred Krogman as Election Affairs Commissioner.
I would make that motion.
I'll offer support for that reappointment.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approve the fiscal year 25 county 5-year plan. What do you got for us, Keith?
Really, this is just a cleanup. We had the project in FY '28 that had multiple funding sources, had local funds, FM funds, plus federal aid funds through the RTA. The DOT has asked that those three funding sources be split, so you'll see 3 projects where there used to be 1, but the total price is the same, and the total number of roads and miles is the same. So it's really just a cleanup at the request of the DOT.
And there's no changes to the projects.
There's been no changes to the projects. It's the same program that was approved previously by the board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Discuss the World War I monument relocation. I don't know if we got it. Is that less than a minute discussion?
Probably not.
Okay. We will move on to the 905. Departments. Let's start with Nick and just work our way that way.
All right. So, mowing season is in full swing. I did manage to get seasonal hired. So we're getting him on board and getting him out there.
Who?
What's that?
Who'd you get hired?
I'm a seasonal,
Oh, okay.
How many?
one.
One? Do you need more than one?
Well, it would be nice to have more than one, but so far we've had one applicant, so. Field trip number 1 of 5 for the month is complete. Field trip number 2 is coming up on Thursday. Field trip number 3 will be the following Thursday. Field trip number 4 will be the following Monday. And then I believe the last one is on May 30th, which is their last day of school. We did manage to get a little bit of a start on food plots in between raindrops. It was dry enough for like a day, so we got started on those. As far as the Willow Creek project is going, I would say the sewer is pretty much like 98% completed. The only thing they have to do yet is hook up our existing restroom into the sewer. They need to make that connection, but they don't want to we can't do it yet because we need the bathroom, and the septic tanks are sitting at like 75% complete. So they have to get some wire out there and get the mounds built for the drain fields before we can make that connection. All of the water lines are in, I believe. They were out there the last couple of days bearing electricity. The one hiccup that we have found thus far is the panel that is required to send the juice to everything will not be here till July. So that is, I think everything is going to be done, and it's just going to be sitting there until they can get the panel in and installed. And then we did let bids for the cabin at our May Conservation Board meeting. All the contractors have been talked to, and we're working with Nolan to get some construction contracts going for those, but we're hoping to get that construction started like around July 1, so.
So you doing a mound system then for the,
Yes.
wasn't enough room for a drain field?
According to our engineers, we did not have a good enough percolation rate for just a standard drain field system. So we had to go to a mound system, which is unfortunate.
Very.
So we had to make our own drain field, pretty much the way it turns out. So that's our month.
Next.
Well, we sent out delinquent notices the 1st of May, so for taxes. So we've been getting more taxes in. Hopefully we get a lot more in before the end of May, so I don't have to publish in the paper. And that's on the tax sale in June. We've been busy with document testing, moped courses that have come in. So that, and just regular renewals. So. And then also I just want to put a plug in, tomorrow, at the Civil Team School at 6:45. There will be a keynote speaker there. About leadership, trying to become better together as a whole. So everyone is welcome to join that at 6:45. Available.
G20 Bridge, they've got all the concrete poured on that. Approach lab is done. We're working on punch list items for that, and then they have guardrail and earthwork. So that's what's going on with that bridge. The county line box with Dickinson County is complete. The final payment for us to Dickinson County is actually in claims today. The truck shop, there was a change order for the footing design. They were trying to do a turn down trench footing, and the trench walls kept caving in, so they switched to a spread footing design. That spread footing is in, and half of the stem wall is in as of yesterday, so they'll probably have the rest of the stem wall done by the end of the week. Equipment wise, we did return one of the trucks to Greene County that we were renting, so we're still with one. And we're working on quotes for an F-150, an F-350, and a wheeled excavator that were part of the FY25 budget, so we're starting to assemble those. Personnel, we still have an equipment operator position that was advertised in the paper that closes on May 16th, and there will also be another operator position that will be advertising soon based on a retirement. So that's what's going on with us.
We have a criminal jury trial upcoming next week, marijuana second offense, self-represented defendant, so that should certainly be into a good adventure. Also have a pending juvenile delinquency matter that's a very serious one, so that's also something we have on the calendar and have been trying to move things around to accommodate that. As Nick said, I've been working with him regarding some contracts for some improvements at Otter Creek, and also have been busy with juvenile court today as well, so yeah, it's been
Mower season and sticks and I guess normal everyday life here, I guess. Just, get the windows open so everybody's, warm, so. Eventually we'll.
I'm comfortable.
Well, we'll see how this all plays out, but yeah, got the boiler down to about bare minimum and eventually we'll shut it off and we'll have to get Stanton's here to, charge the system out there for the cooler, I guess, every year that, needs a charge, I guess, before we fire that up for some reason. At least that's what it was last year, so there'll be another bill coming for that, so. And that's about it. Unless somebody else has something to tell me that I'm not doing, so.
Board review opening on May 1, looks like we'll be adjourning on May 15. This one, it looks like we have no petitions, so no one will be glad to hear pull it in that file. It'd have to be postmarked April 30th, and this is May 7th, so I think it's safe to assume no petitions, especially pull it, so we're glad about that. A reprieve for 1 year is good.
welcome change.
Yeah, so that's all with us.
With the help of two very brave private residents of Osceola County, we were able to subdue the attempted murder suspect from Dickinson County without incident, thank goodness. In the process of trying to get another deputy hired, I had a certified deputy from the surrounding community contact me about employment here, so just trying to get him through the testing and hopefully pass the testing and get him going.
I have all the budgets are certified, the cities and the school and the county, they all look good this year. We're working on getting ready for the primary election coming up June 4th. Next week, the 15th of May is the first day you can vote absentee in my office. The last day that that you can request an absentee ballot to be mailed is May 20. So that's coming up. So if anybody wants an absentee ballot mailed, I need those forms in my office by next Monday at 5 o'clock, the 20th. I guess a couple weeks. So we're getting all the equipment ready and getting ready for that.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Donuts down at the end of the table. Discuss World War I monument relocation.
I looked at where they put the red flag out there, and just my opinion, I think it should go to the east, 3, 4, 5 steps, something like that, just to get away from that tree a little bit. And I think then it would line up with that sidewalk a lot better too. There's a red flag out there, so if you want to see where, I don't know, that's just my opinion.
Want a donut, Leroy? No? Sure.
This is a rough job, but we can handle it, can't we? Having a donut.
What are you thinking, 5, 6 feet or?
Yeah, just a little ways to get away from that tree. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I just think it's too close.
We were out there yesterday looking at it. They thought it would work, but I don't know.
Who put that there?
Winnie and, Reggie, they went out there and kind of stepped it out and then looked at it again yesterday and they moved it over a little bit, make it line with the engineer's door, right? Engineer's
I don't
door.
think they did move the flag.
They didn't move it, okay.
Thought that would be reasonable, but I don't think they did move it.
I just need to know so I can tell the architect what to do so we can get started on that process.
I don't know, am I wrong? I don't know. I just think it,
It does look a little close on that tree. That tree's so tall, I don't.
Whatever you guys think, it doesn't make any difference to me. Whatever they want.
yeah, I really don't care either, but I just thought it looked a little better over a little bit.
Is that a motion?
I really don't care where they put it. If they want to leave it where the flag is, that's fine.
I'll make a motion, the location is even with the current one in the center, north and south, and directly south from the sidewalk by the engineer's office. And
Support.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Claims.
Boston Water Service claims 1828, 1829, 1830, and 1888.
I'll make a motion on those.
I'll support it. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All those abstaining.
Abstain.
Forgot to mention the stained glass windows in too, so you guys want to look at that.
It's already paid for, but there's still one.
We paid this time.
Is that in this set of claims?
There should be. Yeah, it's claim 1827, first page. Or Department 51.
He had his heart attack, didn't he? Is that why it was so late?
Mm-hmm. And he lost help and everything else. I need to get some of the glass from Chicago, he said.
Is that the whole claim or is that part?
That's third of it, third and final.
Is there any issues getting that back in?
No, they had it in within an hour. And when I left for lunch, I started to put it in. By the time I got back, they were done, so.
I would make a motion on the rest of the claims.
I'll support that.
I have one question. This draw repair bid, $4,500.
Oh, that's downstairs, the Harold doing the work down there in the VA office.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I'd like to discuss some of the meeting guidelines, just to kind of get us all back on the same page of how our meetings are supposed to be run. Parliamentary procedure is used at every meeting. We used that today, we used it in the drainage meeting. It's been at every previous meeting. It's been at every meeting before any of us were even on the board. It's also used by the state legislature, other boards of supervisors, city councils, church boards, even the local Corvette club uses parliamentary procedure. One member of the board does not get to unilaterally decide whether or not we're going to use parliamentary procedure. It keeps meetings fair and orderly. And if you'd like a special meeting, all it requires is for 3 members to make a written request to the chair to call a special meeting. The chair is obligated to call it. And I guess I made the assumption that everybody understood how parliamentary procedure worked, even those that have been on the board much longer than I have. But had we followed it, it would have avoided all the unpleasantness of the last time we met, or the last time I was here. Parliamentary procedure also overlaps a lot with Iowa's open meetings laws. And after review of the last meeting's minutes, and in consultation with the Iowa Public Information Board, we had 2 items on that last meeting that were passed that weren't on the agenda. There was a vote on a summary that wasn't on the agenda, and the summary is the auditor's notes. And they can't be approved because the auditor's notes are not public record. And the passing of Resolution 32, contrary to popular opinion, and in consultation with the Iowa Public Information Board, it was not on the agenda, so you cannot vote on that item. It was also discussed in closed session, which I don't know that it probably should have been, but it should be put back on the next agenda to be approved. I also think the public deserves far better from us as a group. You don't have to be friends with the people on this board. You don't have to like the people on this board, but you should respect the process and the position of the members of the board. Any personal feelings you have towards another member need to stay out of the meetings. If you have an issue, I would ask that you take it up with that individual outside of here. Meetings are not the place to promote or to try to pump up your overinflated sense of self-worth. We're here to work for the taxpayers, and I would hope that we would be able to do a better job than we've done the last couple of weeks. And also, the auditor is not an employee. She's an elected official, just the same as the rest of us. And I would ask that, you try not to bully her into doing things that she's not required to do. She's not your travel agent. She's not your personal assistant. I would ask that everybody just try to be a little bit more respectful of her position.
Agreed.
And that's all I have. So I would take a motion to adjourn.
Well, just before we start, I just want to let you know I stopped at the hospital. I'm going to start visiting with them again.
On the ambulance thing.
Yeah, so we can get that ambulance settled, hopefully. What's his name? Doug? The new administrator. Joe. He seems to be very receptive. So
Is Sandy gonna be involved in those discussions?
I'm gonna try first, just him and I visiting. And then once we get a little further, then we'll get Sandy and some other people involved.
Okay.
I think it's time we get that going again, get that settled.
How's that gonna work with that levy?
Well, it'll still go just like it is right now. But I want them to step up to the table too. Is what I
So
want.
will that be a future agenda item then?
Oh yeah, that's down the road quite a ways. Just want to let you know that I did stop and visit with him.
Did you maybe visit with them on public health?
I don't know a lot about that one. Who's on that board? Is that you, Jason?
Or whoever's on that, about what they're gonna do for replacement of,
Oh, that never came up.
Pam?
That never came up. That's not on my to-do list, so.
Gotcha. Well, if there's nothing further.
The only thing I did have something, we've had some vandalism at the fairgrounds. And we are gonna use, I got to give us some money, and we're gonna put cameras in. We're working with the sheriff's department too, so. Yeah, we've had several instances and quite a little damage, so.
Okay. Like breaking in the building?
Breaking in the buildings and one of the bathrooms and destroyed some stuff in the buildings, in the bathrooms and a couple different buildings, so.
You have internet out there?
Do I what?
You have
No,
internet
not
out
all
there?
the time. But we're working with the sheriff's department, you can get phones now with, or cameras that'll go right on your phone and, or go right to the sheriff's office, so.
Full-time internet service out there, no?
We won't need that, no.
You won't?
Cause like Hawkeye Point would do that, full internet service to run that camera.
Well, the way I'm not an internet person, the way I understand it, we do not need full-time out there. But they may end up having it anyway because of the ag museum, so as of right now, we don't.
I was gonna say, I've got some cameras and I had to have full-time internet. And they work good.
We're working on it anyway, so we got this $1,000 grant. I know it won't go far, but
Quite a ways.
so we're working on that. So, anyway, that's all I have.
I'll take the motion to adjourn.
You got it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, gentlemen.
This is a budget that was approved last week that we have to sign. Keeping dues.
I think it's the moderators from here that are going there, because I saw. Some days will work, some others. I'm pretty sure it's just last.
You have a book and page for that.
Okay.
I need that for
Okay.
I'm always going to the lab for
Okay.
blood work.
Okay.
I didn't, yeah, well, I was gonna
Yeah.
yeah, but obviously the May 30th isn't, so we were cheating. No. We're done before time.
Are you getting some applicants, Keith?